against Griffin, I think, will really be indicative. Some of their previous series weren't as hard.
Yeah.
As tonight against Griffin here.
Jungle will be absolutely fine.
I like how you think.
Speaking of the jungle, that is going to be our key matchup here. Tarzan versus Clid. A tale as old as time.
Counterintuitive to the type of team composition. Why on earth Griffin drafted into a face-up team composition the way that they did? It's a little bit beyond me.
Being said, they do have the ability to make these chaotic fights happen in the mid-game, and we'll have to see whether Griffin can do it as we get into game number 1. Griffin versus SKT. Wow, we have the fullest of houses here at LOL Park today. I was thinking that the Griffin cheers were loud, and then the SKT ones came out, and I remembered that they have the most fans in the universe.
Did they?
I don't know whether that's exactly true. I mean, we don't...
I mean, we don't even know if there's other life in the
Exactly.
universe, right? What if there's like...
I mean, I'm with the yes. What do you think on this topic? Do you think that there is alien life out there?
Is this where we're going right now?
Yeah, that's where we're going right now. I'm going to need a swift answer, just as the Scar Award.
Well, if we go by the definition of just like an organism or not necessarily intelligent.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be intelligent.
Okay,
life.
yeah, I would assume that there probably must be something.
Yeah,
right.
I'm with Neil deGrasse Tyson on this one. I agree that
there's those things that can live right up near space, right, in the atmosphere.
Yeah,
there's like
there are some like
or
dormant.
something.
There are dormant things that are being found in like comets and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
I mean, there is also talk that like maybe octopus are in fact
actually
right. Aliens.
Actually, yeah. That's a rumor.
I think I may have read that on like BuzzFeed or something.
You know, I think that you're an alien.
Not correct.
I think you're an alien because I just don't think anyone else could be as handsome as you without it being.
We have started off on the right foot. And speaking of starting off on the right foot, let's have a conversation about the game, shall we? As minions have crashed. Checking out the junglers, we've got our topside starts for both. Looks like Clid going for a fast level 3 towards that Krug camp on the top side.
And Tarzan's doing this route that I've often criticized in the LCK because we've seen other variations of it. It's the red into blue into Gromp into clearing south. And when you do stuff like this, you end up wasting a lot of buff duration. We get a pause. You waste a lot. Go. All right, I'm ready.
They did manage to pick up the Corki though, so Fake probably pretty happy in that mid lane. As far as the matchup is concerned, Corki into into the Sylas. How are you feeling that one goes as this game goes on? Do you think Chovy ever has some inroads?
So Chovy can always be bullied out, but it's pretty hard for Corki to actually get the kill on him unless Chovy is just unrelenting to leave when he's clearly just going to die to the poke or the barrage. And on the flip side though, Faker, he is gank susceptible, but without that, it's pretty hard for Sylas to stay on top of him, especially in such short lanes. Like, he can get these chip trades off, but besides that, it's not super impactful. And just, I mean, in this game so far, Jarvan, it looks like he's going to go over to the Scuttle Crab now.
Yep, should be able to pick that one up. You can see top wave is in a great position for Kahn, so he's not too worried about jungler and the roaming mid laner being towards his lane. As a slight update to Akali. A lot more damage if you hit all of your buttons now in your combo. Feels a little bit more like a burst assassin rather than the sort of chaos style dance around in your shroud forever type champion.
Well, we're going to have to see what ends up happening post recall here as Kahn, he's going to have the upper hand in the matchup. Also has to grasp the Undying on the Gangplank, not the Kleptomancy.
Nope. Going to be going for more of a safety-based build here. It has helped him in the early game. I actually really like Grasp Gangplank just because it does actually have some power in the laning phase. And instead of conceding the lane, you can actually really take it down.
Yeah. And it's also really good when the opposing team has a lot of squishy champions on them. The grasp damage will really add up and give you a lot of mid-game power. And so here, in this game, everything going slow is good for SK Telecom. The fact that Tarzan hasn't really been able to influence anything is quite bad. Because in the mid-game, their champions do line up and they do want to fight, but First dragon's going to be a Mountain Drake. What will the second one be? Because that's realistically when Griffin's team composition comes online. The other issue, though, is that Gangplank is going to be a monster in these early fights, which typically he isn't if the champion is different.
I have a bit of an issue with the Akali. I think you have a very good point there. Being able to punish a Gangplank is something that you want to do, but that's what happens. SKT did have the benefit of this red side draft, and were able to pick accordingly.
You missed a CS, so
yeah, I think it's
wanted to point that.
Yeah, game's over.
All right, we can go next.
That's why Griffin has a 100 gold advantage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that was it.
Chicken's claimed by Tarzan here on the top side. Clid's going to have to try and invade himself if he wants to get some more. Moves on over. We've got some question mark pings, and he's going to get the bad news, as I believe that camp was denied.
He is there shortly after it was denied, so it's not like that one little raptor is going to be living for an eternity.
Yep.
And also not pathing over to the left side Scuttle Crab, and this is mostly just because Faker doesn't have priority right now. The Akali is also in a really good position to run down and help Jarvan, so Tarzan RNGing like a absolute god right now. He might consider playing TFT maybe after the match.
Yeah, potentially. As we saw Teddy unfortunately mismanage the auto reset. To get his eye in on that one. But things going great for SKT, bottom side of the map, and when a Sivir is just comfortably farming alongside anyone, you have to raise your eyebrows. And when it's Teddy, of course, it's even more scary because he has been getting better and better as this win streak continues for SKT. Mentioned 1,000 damage per minute in his most recent series against Gen G, and now he's on a champion that's very good at doing damage per minute if the game goes to a decent length.
Clid looking for something right there, but not going to be able to find it. Teleport actually coming in by Lehends. I guess he wants to...
That's perplexing. Maybe click the wrong tower.
Hold on. I'm trying to... You know that image where there's the woman with all the numbers on the screen?
Oh, yeah.
That's what's going through my head right now. I'm
right.
trying to figure out...
Trying to calculate the big brain play. 4-head or 5-head.
I get it. Tahm he's on a diet. He's working out. So he teleported to mid and walked back down to bottom.
Or maybe he wanted to give Viper a level advantage and head through his own jungle in order to clear out potential control wards that SKT may have put down.
No.
I don't know. Just throwing out stuff, man. seeing what sticks.
He's so mad right now. Look at Tahm. He is so angry.
Like, why have I been nerfed 4,000 times?
Oh, I said it in the most recent patch rundown. Just rework it at this point.
Maybe just remove Devour. I think that's the big problem.
No, stop.
Does that affect his ability to do the jungle? I don't think so.
Yeah, it does. The Devour does a lot of damage.
That's the main one. Frustrating.
Well, Sir Thomas is still being paid. I don't think Korea will ever let him go.
I don't think so either.
You know?
Feel like it's like the Korean national champion. You thought it was Ari. You thought it was Ari. No. Not the case. It's Tahm Kecnh. All about the catfish.
Also, Gangplank up in top lane, a little bit surprising. He doesn't have magical boots, despite being in the inspiration tree. And then, on top of that, he goes Hexbreaker first item. So he's got Kahn is just...
I assume he's got Biscuiteer and Cosmic Insight?
I would assume Cosmic... I know a lot of people hate Futures Market, but I think it's so broken.
I like it on Gangplank?
I think most champions do just benefit from it. Okay. Ones that are trying to cheat or circumvent parts of the laning phase, or they have really big item wake-ups. I think they're all quite good. Tarzan, I don't think Dragon appreciated that.
No. Kahn getting smacked down by Doran here just a little bit, but he can eat oranges. He's also got 3 stacks on his Corrupting Potion, so this Gangplank is more than comfortable. Viper, not so much, as we don't have a door, so Effort is going to have to soak that True Shot Barrage.
Right now, the
over vision.
Bottom lane state, they just keep playing ping pong with one another, and we're not getting a lot of activity. You know, this is something I just talked about in a recent video that I made, where
Package delivered.
We have no winning lanes, essentially, except for a top lane, and even in those winning lanes, because the champions don't really do enough, pro players are able to play around the differences to an extent, and then it becomes heavily reliant on the jungler to create chaos when the laners are not trying to manipulate their lane state to be favorable and just continue to play ping pong. So we're in for a little bit of a ride right now, Atlas. We're
Feels like a slow ride.
Is it? It's like we're going up the roller coaster.
Yeah. And of course, Griffin were the team that were most recently on the roller coaster, and they were able to come out successfully. SKT, of course, also very early on in the second round robin, were able to take down KT as well. KT not having a great time. So the fact that we just don't have a lot to go off when it comes to the victories for Griffin in recent weeks makes it hard to really adjudicate how this squad is going to go as we move into a quite difficult late game as our 10 minutes does tick over, and Shelly might be a place where that chaos can begin for Griffin. You have a feeling that if they can win themselves a fight around Shelly, then take down a turret, get themselves some plates, there is an opportunity for them to utilize these champions to snowball the game forward.
Yep. We're going to have to figure out a way to do it. That's really unfortunate for Lehends because he doesn't have teleport available. So there will be a bit of a mismatch between the champions now. As SK Telecom, I mean, they're just coasting, and this is exactly what they want to do. Corki's going to get free Trinity Force, Essence Reaver already completed on Teddy. Phage now, these are really bizarre itemization paths by the Gangplank, I will be honest.
You mean Hex Drinker into Trinity Force? I mean, it should be a Sheen. Right?
Well, it should be a Sheen, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Because
at least he's building the right item.
Yeah,
okay.
If you want the HP, you can just get the Ruby Crystal.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a gold differential between the two, but definitely seems a little bit interesting the way that Kahn is building.
Well, you can see the Griffin are putting their attention towards Shelly. 11.5 minutes into this game, a lot of plates on the table. As you can see, 5 apiece for every single lane. You were talking about ping pong. That is about the way that you describe how ping pong goes, because these waves have just been snapped up before they've spent any time in front of a turret. As you can see, very healthy for SKT here in the mid lane, for example. Kahn fighting against Doran, and Doran finally finding himself in a good position. Shuriken backflip not used for damage there, and I actually thought that if he had have been able to do so, it might have been a difficult time for Kahn. As Lehends, speaking of difficult times, is going to be in trouble. The ult does go off here from Effort as Clid wants to get on over. Is going to flash. The ultimate's going to be flashed there from Lehends, who tries to move out of the way. Cannon Barrage to try and add more as Chovy jumps on in. He's got a big health bar, but it's going to be First Blood going over to Faker. Effort, the clutch! Time, the stopwatch was amazing as Chovy does make it out, but Effort surviving is huge for SKT. They do manage to take down Shelly on the top side. Griffin gets something back as SKT move over to the mountain.
And they're going to move, I think, never mind, actually. Tarzan just turned right around with Shelly. There's only a minute remaining on the turret plates. SK Telecom, they're going to reward themselves with the Mountain Dragon. This is really big for them in the later stages, especially if they can capture that second one.
And their turn-off Baron is just amazing. So being able to start that one up and have a lot of kill threat on the Baron, given the amount of damage that they have, is gigantic. So definitely a great Drake to pick up, and look to see SKT fighting for the second one, which will be coming up in 4.5 minutes as well. Trinity Force timing is fantastic for Faker. He goes back, picks that one up, utilizing his first Blood Gold, and this Corki is now officially online.
Yeah. And we take a look at how this all transpires. As Lehends, I mean, he's just getting locked up. Clid flashes over the wall, but a little bit late. You can see he was waiting
and also had his Q available as well.
Yeah,
just,
very
interesting
surprising.
Spell choices.
And then right there at the end, Chovy, he tried his best to make that go 1-for-1. And Faker, I think he could have picked up that kill if it was played a little bit better.
Yeah, a little bit of a miscalculation. Actually thought that he could fade away jump shot that one and be able to pick up the kill, but didn't quite have the damage availability.
Chovy actually has a level of lead right now over Faker here in mid.
Yeah, somehow. I believe that Faker is only a little bit away from picking that one up as Kingslayer just comes out off cooldown. That was a weird one. But Chovy is now going to have his armor broken, and now level 11 has been picked up for Faker.
It's about a quarter of a level lead, though, for Chovy, which is a little bit surprising.
The other thing that's surprising is that Tarzan didn't just jam the Rift Herald on the top side of the map.
That was really weird.
Yeah, all of those plates do go begging. Only one plate picked up, and it was by Griffin, I believe, on the top side of the map.
They're not a team composition that has an easy time.
Just ults him. Wrath comes down, but Tarzan is in position. Effort turns up, teleport, is going to be there just to stop SKT from going further forward.
And effort able to be there, and that means that Griffin won't be able to accomplish all that much, but it was a good match gank in the end. So SK Telecom, they find themselves with a very slight gold advantage, but the base scaling and the itemization for them is all really starting to come online. By the time this next Mountain Dragon spawns, I don't know how Griffin can possibly win a team fight unless Viper goes Super Saiyan. I mean, I just can't imagine a universe in which they can overcome the SK Telecom team comp, especially because there's already so many resistances even on the side of SKT.
And also, I want to indicate that SKT have probably the most insane 2-item team that we could possibly see. I mean, Corki on 2 items, fantastic. When you pick up your Essence Reaver on the Gangplank, or even the more, I guess, defensive choice of the Sterix Gauge, still going to be a huge power spike for the Gangplank. And you can see Teddy has adjusted the build. Not going to go for the attack speed second item, wants to maximize the damage by picking up an Infinity Edge second, meaning that they'll have triple 2-item spike coming into a mid-game where they want to be team fighting, especially around these Mountain Drake if they are going to spawn. So just really smart from SKT on an itemization level as well.
And you can see Tarzan, he's going to have to make up his mind with what to do regarding the Rift Herald, but there's just not really a clear spot where you place it.
Ultimate down from Effort on the bottom side of the map, though. Clid's going to move in, wants to find Lehends. Point blank ultimate not available here from Clid, unfortunately, but the stun comes forward and Teddy picks up that kill. Now Viper in potential trouble, but the stopwatch comes in from Clid. That's going to keep him alive, but mean that Viper is going to be able to escape unscathed. Not Faker, though. He's taking a lot of damage here. If that Q had have landed, might have been almost lights out for Faker underneath his own turret. And he's even going to get dove. The abscond comes in, and Chovy with the solo kill onto Faker under the turret. This is huge momentum for Griffin, despite them now losing potentially the bottom outer turret. Viper not having to use his flash. The Arcane Shift was on point. They're not going to be able to find that kill. SKT on the bottom side. But Griffin will be able to break open the outer turret mid. That is gigantic for them.
And they managed to get themselves 2 turrets at a really crucial point here. As that solo kill by Chovy, like you were mentioning, it was super clutch for this momentum swing. It's going to keep the gold slightly in Griffin's favor right now. Not sure what Doran's doing, though. 30 seconds until the mountain. He doesn't have teleport. He needs to just recall.
He's moving minions towards this turret, LS.
Yeah, because Kahn now has teleport available. He also has this thing called the Gangplank ultimate. But I'll tell you about it right after this replay. As I'm not sure what Viper and Lehends were doing. They were a little bit too far up. Thick skin ends up coming out, but it's just not thick enough.
Oh, and he also cycled the cleanse so that he could get back to the heal, but it was barely coming off cooldown after the spellbook rotation. Oh, it's so sad.
Oh man, what is that hitbox?
That was nutty.
Absolutely ridiculous. It never even came close. But regardless, Chovy waiting for the wave to crash, and you can see that Faker, this is one of those moments where you know that you should recall, but you don't want to. You want to get that wave, and he had teleport.
And also just thought that he'd be able to outplay the abscond. He couldn't, and now Griffin will have full control of this Mountain Drake. Kahn can throw down a Cannon Barrage if he wants to, but he's looking to try and take down this outer turret top lane instead.
And it looks like they don't want to gamble the team fight right now, and if you look at the itemization across the board, Sivir is really, really close to an item completion.
I think that's exactly why they didn't go for the fight. No Infinity Edge just yet.
Giving away 1 mountain, not the end of the world. Also really, really good for SK Telecom, as Open Dragon will be the next one to spawn.
Yep, not going to be too worried about that particular Drake, SKT. But Griffin now, they're hitting their stride. This is what they want to be doing. They want to be parking Ezreal in the mid lane. They want to be playing this 1-3-1 with Chovy and Doran in side lanes. And if they can force SKT to answer with multiple people, then they can start taking control of this map and getting them towards potential Barons, things like that. So this is the way Griffin want to play. But we mentioned that SKT, they can do this too. They can do this style of play if they can get themselves towards these items that they're looking for. Kahn looks like it's going to be more of Malmortius as his second item, unless that is just baiting me a little bit. That Essence Reaver could be coming in as that second full item completion, as well as Clid's found Tarzan and Viper. 4 members of Griffin are hanging around here as Kahn gets into position as well. The barrels are set up. Tarzan not going to be able to steal that one away, and Teddy, in fact, is able to pick up the red buff. Actually really huge, given the fact that he now does have that Infinity Edge complete.
All the items right now on the side of SK Telecom are just so scary, and their comp just keeps getting scarier as all this time ends up passing. And so, Griffin, they're on a clock, and it's almost run out, to be completely honest. And it's so weird to say. Most people, they probably look at this as like, well, Ezreal, Sylas, and Akali, I mean, don't they scale relatively well? It's just not as strong in the way that all 5 of these champions on both team comps come together. So much more favorable.
Yeah.
For SK Telecom.
And looking down the line, I mean, this is the moment where Griffin need to extend the lead, right? Because right now, this lead means absolutely nothing. It's 1,000 gold at 20 minutes. This is an even game. Griffin need to find a way to force a snowball and get themselves moving, because they will never be stronger than this. They will never be stronger than SKT that they are at this point, because the items just mean so much more, like you were talking about. So we're looking for Tarzan to get work done. We're looking for them to be able to get deep vision and catch SKT in rotation. Yes, the 1-3-1 can certainly work, but unfortunately, SKT is going to outplay you in that regard as this game goes on, just in general.
Yeah. So Maw of Malmortius now on the Gangplank. He's going to be so hard to take down by some of the Griffin members. He's just going to have so much HP, so many resistances, and he's just so content to keep farming. And, you know, it's really, really lucky that, or fortunate, I should say, not really lucky because Chovy did it himself, but he got the solo kill on Faker. That mid-tier 1 turret being down would have been a thorn in Griffin's side.
Okay. Kahn looking for the cannon barrage. Chovy. Teleport is coming in. Stopwatch is going to buy some time. Cannon barrage not going to finish off this kill. But Kahn now able to force so much respect, and that's what happens when Gangplank gets a couple of items, LS.
Yeah. He's able to demand that Doran teleport down there, and Chovy not going to have the Gangplank ultimate now.
Yeah.
Part of the steal. So that's actually really massive for upcoming team fights. And in addition to this, Kahn seems to have Jedi mind-tricked Doran into purchasing an Oblivion Orb, and you know what comes next, most likely.
Oh, God.
Atlas, your favorite item in 9, Morellonomicon.
The old Morellonomicon. I mean, it was buffed in TFT, so I like it in that game.
Yeah.
As Doran's looking for some dirty farming underneath this turret. Okay. I don't know whether Kahn's going to stand for that. That's a little bit too cheeky.
Oh, he missed.
Or
not
he dodged?
Oh, or did he intentionally miss?
Oh, there we go.
You had never
false sense of security.
Right.
Damn,
right.
That is the 5-head.
He's balancing his range for later. Okay.
I'm picking it up.
Yeah.
What you're putting down.
All right.
Still, 1,000 gold is going to be the lead. This is exactly the game state that SKT were looking for. It looks like they've caught Genji-itis after their most recent match.
I think I know what SKT is doing. They saw the stat that we showed at the start of the game where Griffin has a 100% win rate if they have a gold lead after 30. SK Telecom, they're not just looking to...
They need to make it at 18-1.
They're not looking to just break necks today. They're looking to break records, okay?
Yep. This is the record that they saw.
Yeah. All right, so let's just lean back for the next 7 minutes. Take
it's all irrelevant. SKT want them to have the gold advantage at that point.
Exactly.
But SKT did actually have an opportunity to make things work, and they still do. All 3 of the teleports are down on Griffin's side. All 3 of them are up on SKT's side. So the 1-3-1 is much more comfortable for SKT if they want to start up some fights, if they want to start pushing some lanes. As Clid just going to queue himself out of the way as Viper takes a big one to the face, and that one hurt. I'm not even sure whether it was a big one. Dang, Faker's doing some damage now.
Yeah. It's not about how... Never mind.
You don't talk about size of packages, because I'm not Brendan Valdez, all right? I don't talk about the size of the package all that often, all right? As Ocean Drake has been started, SKT looking for an opportunity to fight here as Kahn does have Cannon Barrage back available. Griffin going to take the leash, but you can see Clid still lying in wait. That Glacial Prison is available as Chovy moving on up. Has a Glacial Prison up for himself as Cannon Barrage comes in. Doran very, very low. Can't actually go back into this fight as Kahn has been exhausted. That's going to save the Akali's life. as that cannon barrage damage was not so high. But SKT, they take the Drake and no one dies. So still going to call that a win for them.
Yeah, and they take the dragon, no one dies, but we're getting to see a glimpse of later stage team fights, especially because not only is the items really strong right now on SK Telecom, they're going to keep getting stronger and keep ramping.
Yeah.
3 of their hyper carries don't slow down, which is something that we can't say for Griffin. And when Griffin is being as generous and kind as they are, as to descale their champions by purchasing Morel and Omicron, things just aren't looking great.
Oh, a gun and a book. Gun and a book.
Oh man, put a gun to my head, I would build that item,
it's,
right?
it's gonna make LS cry every time. But yeah, I think what you talk about as far as items are concerned, I mean, I was talking about 2 item spikes being strong. The beauty of this composition is that all of the main carries on SKT have 3 item spikes as well, that are pretty devastating. 4 item spikes as well. And I mean,
5.
I feel like Gangplank has an item spike every single time, as well as Corki. I mean, I am a play-by-play commentator that loves to talk about item spikes. I see a Gangplank and a Corki, I'm like, I got something to talk about all the time this game.
So, we always talk about item, what about item crashes?
Well,
you know?
I think that
that's like the Morello.
I feel like there's item crashes if you choose the wrong item, and then item stagnation if you just don't have a real power spike after that. I think Ezreal is an example of that.
Ezreal is typically around 4 items, and when he's still sort of the same champion, he's just a little bit more obnoxious. The only Ezreal that isn't like that, though, is the hybridish Ezreal that keeps getting stronger.
What about Aiming's Black Cleaver Ezreal? Triple lifesteal, Black Cleaver, Iceborne Gauntlet, Ezreal. Did you see that? Did you enjoy that one? Oh no, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it, guys. Quick, can we change the topic? Twitch chat, please offer me something.
Something I haven't seen on Ezreal yet, and I've talked about it a lot, is we haven't seen the Iceborne Gauntlet, Miramana, Luden's Echo, Liandry's.
Oh, we haven't seen the Liandry's. We've seen a lot of Luden's
We've never seen it, and I don't know why. I was watching LEC recently, my first time, and I tuned in, and I saw someone build Liandry's Torment, and I just thought, man, what a savant!
Yeah, that is.
This player is.
That is hectic. I mean, I thought
but then he
Infinity
built
Edge
Morello,
on.
so
Oh god,
you know.
I thought Infinity Edge on Rek'Sai was the best thing that we got out of Europe, but I think that the Liandry's is definitely not.
No, Liandry's is so undervalued.
I mean, they played top Annie yesterday. I mean, I feel like it's
they
your
did.
region.
They really did do that. I mean, that's how you know G2's desperate for a win.
Yeah.
When they pull out the Queen.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Yeah. Desperate for a win. Yeah, because they've been really struggling to find those. All right, speaking of finding things, Faker found an Infinity Edge in the shop. That's an expensive item. That's going to make it pretty strong.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why do they call it an Infinity Edge when I can clearly see the tip?
Whoa.
You ever think about that?
Holy. Wait, it might be Infinity Edge because even the handle is like sharp, so that it just keeps going around the whole sword. It's just an edge the whole way around. And you have to be a super badass to hold it by the blade in order to like slice.
And then you're holding the edge of infinity.
Yeah.
Oh,
whoa.
wow.
But if
that
it's sharp,
really
like you just cut your hand off. So I don't know. I mean, Corki's not exactly using the sword because he's yeah.
He's also not using Corgi. Oh,
it's Faker.
Yeah.
He doesn't use.
Oh, were you informed yet? By the way, the dog has a name.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's Tanner.
Tanner?
Yes.
Why?
Everyone always thinks that Tanner from high school is a human, but it's not.
Right. Is this an LS stream meme?
Absolutely not. Talked about it with Valdez on the broadcast. That's
right.
first
Sorry.
birth.
Sorry, guys. Sorry,
yeah.
guys.
No big deal.
The birth of Tanner. Well, it's pleased to meet you, Tanner.
Brian from Family Guy.
All right.
You know, same thing.
Has like the same deep voice.
Yeah.
Amazing.
All right, so I just want to point out for you, and then you can get back to doing the play-by-play thing here. Griffin cannot win a team fight.
No, it's just it's over.
This is like when you know that the movie's over, but somehow the directors managed to drag it on for another 30 minutes.
Is this going to be one like Lord of the Rings, though, where it actually feels good? Or is it going to be like something where it just feels like they're just in love with their characters and they just wanted to stop? Clid has been put into the Cataclysm. His Q is on cooldown, has to flash. Chovy looking to try and jump on over. The Abscond lands a lot of damage onto Faker here as he picks up some rockets but can't actually make them connect. Valkyrie, pretty good ability.
So there's 2 parts to this, okay? So I'll hit you with the movie analogy, okay? This is either going to be like an Infinity War or it's going to be Infinity War Part 2, okay? if Griffin wins, it's Infinity War. Because you don't know what's going to happen really at the end. Is Thanos going to be victorious, or what's going on? And then Infinity War 2, well...
I mean, they were saying goodbye for a real long time.
Yeah, exactly. So...
I think that's the yin and yang of, like, Lord of the Rings really good at doing that in Return of the King, and then Endgame was a little bit like they could have ended it a little bit sooner.
Yeah.
Having said, I still enjoyed them.
Have you seen all the deleted scenes and whatnot?
No, I haven't actually checked
I'm
them out.
really sad.
I need to watch them. I saw that
they're all amazing.
Really?
Yeah, I'm really angry that some of them didn't make.
Hey, we're gonna get a director's cut, and they're probably gonna put it back in cinemas.
See what you did there?
Yeah.
It'll come back to Korea. Marvel is so big here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
there's a Korean-only Marvel adaptation thingy coming. Apparently.
Adaptation?
Something that is done by Marvel with superheroes
cool.
that's only in Korea.
Wow.
Yeah, Marvel is so big here. DC, don't talk about it.
I mean, I never do.
Batman's the best.
You're a Ben Affleck fan?
No,
Batman.
Ben
Atman.
Get out. You know, what's his name is the new Batman? Edward Cullen. What's it? Robert Pattinson is the new Batman.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be that bad.
I mean, I've liked some of his roles. I know him more as Cedric Diggory rather than Edward Cullen.
Okay, keep that to yourself.
Why?
Let's not bring that up.
What?
No, you know.
No.
But I think it'll turn into something like Heath Ledger, where a lot of people complained when he was the Joker.
Yeah, when
but
he was cast,
then he went on
he was
to
the best Joker ever.
Yeah.
Which is a big call. They've been some pretty
man.
good. I mean, Jack Nicholson is a pretty good
Jack
actor.
Nicholson.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Let's get back to it.
I mean, we can get back to it. Just a bit of an update. SKT still going to win.
Griffin has a gold advantage, I told you.
Yep, 30 minutes. There we go.
This is it.
SKT, it's time to pull the trigger, boys.
Someone tell them to check the game timer.
I mean, look, they're going to need a Baron move, I think, as Clid's going to face check Tarzan. He's going to move on over. Griffin, if they want to push anything, because right now Teddy eviscerates minion waves. He's got 4 items just casually.
I love this. This is like playing against Freeze Mage in Hearthstone.
Oh god, the inevitability mage.
Keep waiting.
No, this is Quest Mage. This
is
like I can't kill him in time, and I know he's going to get his combo pieces, and I'm just dead. Why am I in this game?
Teferi is on the board for all our matches.
Doran's going to stay in his shroud, gets the shuriken back loop as Cannon Barrage comes forward. They want to kill the Akali, but they'll take a Tahm Kecnh if they're given one. Chovy comes in, but he might be a little bit too late, as now Tarzan is slowed down and taking these autos. Teddy has to flash, but Chovy now in so much trouble, can't get over the wall. And SKT get themselves 2 quick kills, and possibly even a Baron, or just an Ezreal. The flash forward, this one is going to pick up the kill from Faker. Calculations have been downloaded, and now Kahn is looking for more. SKT may not even need a Baron, they might just knock down the base right here.
Yeah, they have a Mountain Dragon and an Open Drake bolstering them right now.
This damage to turrets is disgusting, LS.
They can end.
I think they might just be able to. That is 3 dead. They've got 5 seconds on Tahm Kecnh, but who cares about that? That champion does not win anymore as Tarzan goes in. He's got himself the Gargoyle Stone Plate. He's got a stopwatch, but Doran doesn't have his life. He's going to pop back up. The Devourer is there from Lehends, so at least they're able to get rid of the minion wave. But now, on the hunt has been popped again. We're looking to end this game at 33 minutes. The first turret goes down, and now this Nexus is looking so brittle. Griffin, can they defend? The answer is going to be no, as SKT say lights out.
Too many ultimates.
He did.
He was too slow on some trigger pulls.
Oh, look at that. It's the 3.1 club for these junglers.
And so SK Telecom, they're breaking records here today as we'll take a look at how this all transpires. Not really sure why Doran went this way.
Every skill shot landed, even though he's in the shroud. You can't see the shroud, but he's in there.
And Gangplank ultimate comes out. Lehends just goes right down, and you can see Chovy. There's no opening for Griffin because they cannot fight this SK Telecom team composition face up, and because the SK team comp is so mobile and they're so agile, it's even hard for Ezreal to do anything.
And also, if you've got Faker with pinpoint
오케이.
아칼리 노공이야.
아칼리 노공인데 오케이. 끝났어 이거 끝났어. 웨이브만 막으면 끝나 이거.
오케이 끝내보자.
와우.
그냥 조합이.
침착하게 이거 끝내자. 잘 끝내자 우리.
사업 깨는 거에 집중해.
점프하면 끝날 것 같아. 딜러 없다 얘네.
오케이 클리어 못하게 아칼리 연막 생각해라.
얘네 앞으로 가.
얼마 없어요. 그냥 핑어 막아봐.
원딜러들을 제일 더 쳐줘. 잡아줘 이거. 클리어하려고 한다.
못 끝내.
아칼리.
있긴 하겠다. 오케이 끝 약간. 밀자.
가자. 가자.
해해해.
끝났어.
쏠 거 없어. 야 타워 먼저.
다 타워 쳐줘.
야 이거 좀 먼저.
아칼리만 생각하고 다 무시해. 다 무시해.
타워 먼저.
무시.
점사.
무시.
뒤지.
나이스.
나이스.
그냥 그